Hello everybody, my name is Bertrand Dory and I welcome you to Design Your Dream Life. In the next hour or so, I am intending to inspire you to take action and the next step in designing the life of your dream. So sit back and relax and enjoy. Hello everybody and very welcome to Design Your Dream Life. Wherever you are in the world, you are most welcome to come and join me every single week. My name is Bertrand Dory and I am the founder of Design Your Dream Life, and you can find more about myself on www.designyourdreamlife.org. On this blog I am sharing quite a lot of things that happen in my life, my story, my inspiration, and many other things. Last weekend was amazing because Michael Osier was here in town with me in Dublin, and it was just amazing to see him, meet with him, show him a little bit what Dublin has to offer, and just spending a few days, and he found this really relaxing and really a great place to be. But also during the workshop, it was such a wonderful feeling to see people here learning and understanding how to apply the law of attraction in a very practical way. And some of these people are my friends, and it was just great to be here and sharing this with people and sharing everything that happened. So I'm really deeply grateful now for everything that happened during this weekend. This week I'm going to talk about expanding our comfort zone, because there is one thing about attracting what we want in our life, there is another thing to deserve it. And if our comfort zone is too small, too restrictive, then we cannot really accept it, and that's when we start to sabotage everything. And I would like to talk about this and help you to be aware of your comfort zone, but also inspire you to take the steps that is going to help you to expand it gradually, slowly, and be proud of it. I am fully aware that this is really deeply scary for most of us. But if we look at the picture, and I will expand this later, if we look at the picture and if we are comfortable at a temperature of, let's say, 20 degrees Celsius, and suddenly we want to live into a warmer climate for our room and go to 25 or 27 because it is better for us, we are not going to be able to enjoy this. And what we will do anything to go back to our comfort zone. So in other words, if we want to be rich, if we want to have this beautiful relationship, if we want to have this new house, if we want to be who we truly are, and we're not feeling comfortable with this, we will do anything we can to go back to a place where we're comfortable. In other words, we are going to sabotage. This week also I'm introducing a little bit a different format for the show, because a lot of people have been asking me to do this and to change it so that it is a little bit more, it is closer to what people really need. So I will still have guests coming in, and I will still have their wisdom, and we're still going to share this. But also I will answer some questions that will come from my coaching clients, or questions that will come from listeners. So you're all invited to send me your question at Bertrand, so Bertrand, at designyourdreamlife.org. And I would select one question or two every week and answer this on the show. So I'm inviting you also to connect with me on Facebook or on my blog and subscribe to the newsletter. It is something amazing. And also you have these 3 gifts that will help you to start on a journey, help you to have more clarity in your life. And one of them is a beautiful little meditation that you can do whenever you want to feel more energy. So come and connect with me at designyourdreamlife.org and subscribe to my newsletter, and you will receive these few gifts as soon as you join. Next week, I will introduce my own Life Designer Club, and it is really to get everybody together, sharing how we can design, co-create, inspire each other to create our life. The format is new, it is unique, because I am taking a topic every month. We will meet 2 or 3 times a month over the phone, over Skype. And we will discuss this topic. So I will introduce it, we'll discuss it, we see how we can implement this in your life. You will implement this in your life and see the changes happening, and then we can have some question and answer. whenever it's possible, I will also bring on these calls one of my guests so that we can have also the interaction with somebody that is well known, somebody who's written a book, somebody who has great wisdom. And this is your chance to interact with them directly. So this is amazing because I have been doing this for the last year and a little bit more. And it has yielded amazing results. But this time I'm going to change the format slightly and make it something that you can join. The price point will be very low because I want to have as many people as possible taking the step in their life. You see, if I can change the world one person at a time, and if I can have many people doing this and changing their life and changing the life of their children, of their spouses, of their friends, we are going to create a better world. So stay tuned. I will send you a link from my newsletter, from my blog, from Facebook, so you can pre-register, and from next week we will start this amazing journey all together. And I know that some of you are going to make huge leaps forward within the next 3 to 4 to 5, 6 months. But that's amazing, and this is your opportunity. So join me in this very exclusive club that I'm organizing, and let's see our life unfold for the best. So after this small little break, we will have one question that has been asked over and over with my coaching clients, and I'm going to answer this here because I know that this is a subject, a topic that is impacting a lot of you, and me, even myself in my own life. And then I will talk about expanding our comfort zone, but also what we need to do, how it is, what it means not to having the comfort zone, with the capacity to accept all that we deserve and all that we desire. And then I will take one question from a listener, and answer this also. So I hope you will enjoy this new format. Any feedback, please feel free to come on my blog and send me an email or contact with me. And I would be so happy just to receive feedback, to receive comments, and receive your suggestions and your questions. So I will be back very soon, so see you after this.
You are listening to your daily dose of well-being and inspiration on Law of Attraction Radio Network at LOARadionetwork.com. Hear this incredible show on your smartphone through Stitcher.com, which goes through your car stereos with Ford Sync or any auto dashboard that has the internet. Listen to our 24/7 broadcast with our mobile app as well, or just listen through an MP3 player or computer. Remember, LOARadionetwork.com, heard in over 120 countries, is the radio station for your well-being.
Question from coaching. Every week I will take a question from my coaching clients, and I will put it on air and try to answer it to help you all. So here's a question that is coming very often in my coaching sessions with my clients, and I'm going to read one question that I had, or that took the notes when she was talking about the relationship with her mom. But this is coming from many of my clients because most of them are very heartfelt people, and what they want is to help people around them. And same times they understand now, after working with me, that their vibration is the most important thing. So there is this inner conflict that's happened. So here's the question. Every time I'm speaking to my mom, I feel this lower energy. I can feel my body slumping down to the floor. She only talks about illness, about things that don't go well, about the neighbors, about my brother who doesn't call her. And I would like to do something about her. But every time I try to look at things differently, she just goes into a conflict with me. She called me insensitive. She called me that I am not caring for her. So I don't want to have any conflict. So I'm allowing her to talk and to express what she wants to express. But when I finish with her, I am feeling so bad. What can I do? Well, this question is probably in the mind of many people here. Whether it is with your mom, whether it is with your dad, whether it is with one of your siblings, or even a friend of yours. And we all have people in our life who are putting us down. The thing is that we have several options here. The one what we used to take because we are so afraid of being judged is to lower our vibration so that we can have compassion for them. And by doing this, the person on the line feels understood and feels that we are caring for her. But the next time that they will talk, they will go again with the same question and the same question. On the human need psychology aspect here, they want to connect with us, and they cannot connect with us if we are not at the same vibration. So they want us to come to their level, and then we can connect. So they will receive this human need of certainty because they can do this with us, of uncertainty because we don't know how many other problems are going to come here, of significance because we are listening to them and they feel important and the problem seems important, and of connection and love. So what is the solution here? Are we going to allow this to happen to us? We now know, and I hope that everybody on this show listening to this answer, we know that by lowering our vibration, we are going to attract more lower vibration in our life. So more reason to feel low. And sometimes we don't want to create a conflict, or we don't want to be seen or judged as being, as it was said in the question, insensitive or selfish. So my answer to this is, well, we can always turn the question. So every time that we have this friend or this parent or the sibling calling, we have to stay in our higher vibration. It may not please them at the time, but by avoiding and not confronting, not pushing back the question or the talk or whatever they're talking about, but simply by saying, okay, I allow you to talk about this. You said it in your head, of course. You're not going to say this to the person on the phone. And then you switch to something that makes you feel good. And even by turning something positive in what they will say, will help you to keep your higher vibration. And in the same time, you are going to make them feel good. They may not say this, they will probably not say this to you, but it is true. So keeping your vibration high and just being aware of what's happening inside you and refusing to lower them and doing what you can to stay at your high vibration without forcing them to come to meet you will have the effect that over time you will help them to raise their vibration to meet yours. And that's the biggest gift you can give them. So the gift is not lower your vibration to come to their misery and have compassion for them. The gift is to stay where you are and invite them slowly, gently, simply by the tone of your conversation with them, simply by refusing to talk to them about something and driving the conversation like what makes you feel good. Automatically, they will feel better, and automatically they will raise their vibration. And the next time they will call you, of course, they will test you to see if you're going to come down to their level. And again, you take this as a game and as a test, and you keep your higher vibration. And with time, you will be surprised of how this worked. This worked with me at many levels in my interaction with people. And also, it worked for many of my clients. They are surprised to see the result about this. And of course, I'm coaching them and I'm helping them to say what they have to say in giving time and change the way they look at things. But because I'm coaching them, it's easier for them. But in the same time, if you know this, if you are the light in which you are shining and offering them your light so that they can find theirs, what better gift can you give them? So the next time you have this kind of interaction, remind yourself this picture, and you will see it will be surprising how people will do whatever they can to meet you at your higher vibration. And this is the only gift you can give them. Not to go down to their level, but to stay at your level. You're listening to Design Your Dream Life. I am Bertrand Dory, and I'm welcoming you back to the show. So welcome back, and today I would like to talk about one of the very, very important subjects, which is why we sabotage. Why we sabotage things that are coming in our lives. Well, I'm wondering how many times you have done the right things, have attracted the right things, and suddenly you have done whatever it took to get rid of it. You will either say the wrong thing, you will either be late at a meeting, you will either not put the right suit on, or you will refuse to put a suit on, or you have a perfect job and you decide not to fill your timesheets. Whatever it is, that's a good question to wonder why you have done this. It happened to me several times in my life when I had really probably the best things that I never had, and I could not really cope with them. And in fact, the more beautiful the things, the more closer they were to my desires, in fact, the more I would do something to get rid of this. Either by my actions, either by my inaction, either by simply making silly choices, silly decisions. And it's very, very common. And the last year I had the chance and the opportunity to coach many, many people, and most of them have had this in their lives too. And when I talk to my clients, the biggest thing is that they usually blame, at the start at least, the other person, the circumstances, the unfairness, and they really don't understand. And you know, when you are attracting what you want in your life, when you're really having all that you desire, and suddenly you realize that you are doing everything you can to get rid of this, at least on an unconscious level, and you forget to send an invoice, you forget to go to a meeting, you forget to go for a date, you say the right thing that you know are going to hurt at the wrong time, and then it is gone, and then you're wondering why. There are several reasons why, but the good news, let's go back to the good news first. The good news is, and it was the same for me, is that when we arrive at this position, where we have attracted what we want, then we should really stop and say, wow, I did it. I managed to put my vibration, my attention, my focus, and everything that I learned so far about the law of attraction in action, and I managed to attract it. People usually forget to celebrate this thing. They forget to remember what kind of vibration they were in, because at this moment they were in flow. At this moment they were really completely ready. You were ready probably also at several times to accept this. At this time you were vibrating the right vibration and also the right level of vibration. And you were able to have so much clarity in your life that it was just magnetically drawn to you. And you took the right actions also, because I don't believe that the law of attraction without some action will work. So it is really the time to celebrate and say, yeah, I did it. I managed to attract this. I managed to really use one of the most powerful laws of the universe to attract my desire. So that's good. That's very good. And I would like you to look back in your life and look at how many times this happens. But I can hear you already, and it's the same thing that happened with my clients and the same thing that happened with me. We kind of say, yeah, but I did it and then I was stupid. I did it, but she or he said this. Or I did it and I should not have done this. And we start shooting ourselves in the foot over and over and over. I should have, I should not have, I should have, I should not have. And this is creating new beliefs also. But beliefs that are not going to serve us. Because what's happening if we are in this loop of shooting ourselves, we don't realize that what we are doing is creating a belief of non-deserving anymore. So the best way out is to recognize that we have been so powerful, that for once in our life we managed to attract all we desired. And from this place, we can continue to live our life. We can continue to react to what we want. We just need to remember and remind ourselves, what were we focusing on? How were we feeling when we managed to attract this? So, in fact, a few weeks or days before the manifestation, and go back to this same routine, the same feeling, and feel in our heart this same emotion, this same feeling of feeling good, of feeling great, of feeling happy, and try to do the same things. Because here we have a great insight of what is making us feel good. If we attracted something in our life that is very much in line with our desire, whether we lost it after or not, that's another question, and that's what we're going to talk after. But when we attract this means that we are a powerful creator, that we manage to put ease in our life enough, that we manage to have enough faith in our life, that we manage to have enough reason to feel happy, that we manage to have enough reason to keep our vibration high, and that we did it. And we need to find what were the triggers at this time that allowed us to do this. So that's really, really good, and that's really incredible. So now we have this huge manifestation, we enjoy this for a little while, and usually there's something missing. Let's be honest. If we are sabotaging, is that we are not feeling that great about this. Oh yeah, it is everything we desire. Every single thing. Without exception. But we are not feeling this feeling of, hey, I am now feeling good. Because else we will not have sabotaged this. There's no reason to do this. And what I believe happens at this moment in time is that either we have some of our beliefs that are kicking in. Oh, it's too good to be true. That's one of them. Or, you know what, I don't really deserve this. That's another one. Let's say if it's a relationship and it's exactly the man, the woman we wanted, and even more. Oh, he's too good for me. Oh, she's too good for me. And we start really to look at this here. And of course, because we have this little voice inside us feeding from this belief, it is going to do everything it can to drive us to the point where we do something or don't do something that is going to bring a term to this manifestation. So let's say you are attracting the perfect job, the perfect contract, let's say if you are self-employed, and you have this feeling inside you that you are very happy because it's perfect and so on, and you want to do great, and suddenly you're going over there and you have your first meeting with a client and you have to do a presentation in front of a room of unknown people, and you, at an unconscious level, I'm not saying it's conscious, are going to do everything you can to arrive late, or even miss it, or even don't know that it was here. It happens to some of my clients all the time. They say, I don't know, I missed this meeting, but I didn't remember it was, and I put it in the wrong day of my calendar, my schedule. So can you see what is happening here? When I started the radio show, I had exactly the same thing. I destroyed my website for 2 days before being able to go back on the show. And I guess that this was done at a very unconscious level. I remember I made an upgrade, which I did several times before, but I didn't feel good about making it, and I didn't feel good about not making it. And I did feel good about the radio show, and I did feel excited, and I felt scared, and I felt judged, and I felt many other emotions like this, and I did not know what to do. And of course, unconsciously, I took an action that would put me down for 2 days, and that make me focus on something else. So we are here. You manifested the right thing, and you did something, said something, didn't do something. Maybe also at the energetic level, send something else that made this manifestation disappear. So it could be your beliefs, as I said. It could be your ego talking, just because your ego is here to protect you. And suddenly you have this thing that was completely out of your life, completely out of your life. And suddenly it's here now. And suddenly your ego realizes that we are going for a time of change. And it does not really like change. So based on your belief system, or mine too, let's say based on our belief system, your ego, or my ego, is going to tell us not to continue. It's going to drive us to make something. It's going to put emotions in our body. You know, this twitch in our tummy, this pain in the neck, this pain in our back, whatever it is, or this migraine, so that we are going to sabotage this. And it's very, very important to realize this. It is still part of us. It is part of us. And this part of us is based on who we believe we are and what we believe we deserve. It's based on our own beliefs. And we know that beliefs are generating fears. And fears is what our ego is using in order to make us either take action or take good action, positive action that is going to help us, but also action that is going to keep us stuck. When you're at this position, then it is really probably one of the points in your life where you have to be the most aware. It is easy to keep getting stuck at this moment. Very easy. Because we manifested things, we lost them, and then we are wondering, will we ever be able to do better or again the same thing without losing it? And then we start having this question in our mind. Will I really deserve this one day? Can I really have this? Is it really me to have this? Or maybe I should just go for a normal life. You know, I should not even try to have any more desires, because every time I have a desire, it comes in my life and then I lose it. I lose it and it hurts. I don't want to be hurting again. So maybe I don't deserve this and I'm going to stop doing the things I was doing in order to create my life by design. And then we all know where this leads us. And what leads us is to a feeling of being completely stuck, for some people of depression, for some people of completely not deserving anything in their life anymore, or some other people are just feeling dead inside. You know, they have no music playing in their heart. They have no reason to wake up in the morning anymore because they have nothing to drive their life towards to. And their passion is buried. You know, their passion, the power, the purpose, nothing is aligned. And they just go through life in a miserable way, day after day, until they need to have some reason of living, and they will develop stress, anger, and other of these kind of very, very beautiful emotions, which will lead automatically to physical illness at some stage. So that's why it's very, very important at this moment, and I really want you not to feel scared here, but to feel that it is the right time to recognize how an amazing creator we are. And from this point of realizing how an amazing creator we are, having this belief and nurturing it that we can create what we want because we have done this. So what happens when we manifested this? Well, I feel, and this is what I was feeling when my relationship ended in the past, but also when I lost my main client in my consulting, but also when I became a single dad. I felt at the moment that I was not big enough to receive all of this. You know, it was like if I was given by the universe something magnificent, something really great, exactly what I wanted. Maybe more, far more than what I wanted, because At some stage we can only express our desires with our limited view, and we don't even want to consider more, and we don't even know that we have more to consider, and suddenly we have this much more beautiful thing in our life. But it's like if somebody gives you 100 apples and you have a basket that can only hold 10, but you can't choose to only have 10. It's the 100 or nothing. And you try to put them in your basket, and then you can't, because your basket is too small. So, for what I understood and what I'm feeling about this is that unless we decide to expand who we are, expand our comfort zone, these kind of things are going to happen over and over. But also it could be that this manifestation came to us and then made us realize that we need to expand. That if we really want this, hey, we are too small. Our basket is too small. We can't get all of this in our basket. Our capacity in life is too small. So whether it means for us to be more spiritual, to develop our faith, to develop some of our skills by learning, to take some action in the unknown, to get some more experience, to believe more in us, in whatever aspect it is, we need to take a step in the unknown here. We need to expand. And if we look at this, and I would call this our comfort zone, it's not in the same definition as some people are usually referring this to, but this is the zone where we are feeling comfortable, where we are feeling safe, where we are feeling that we cannot really be us, but sometimes it does not really matter. It's our home. But sometimes it's a home that is normally at the very, very start of our life unlimited. But over the years, because of the hurt, the pain, the regrets, our life experience, our education, our society, religion, our arts, our media, whatever else, we decided that this was a scary, scary thing to be having a big comfort zone. It's a scary, scary thing to have big desires. And what we did, and if you can just visualize this way, see yourself on a motorway without any car, and see the 10 lanes of traffic and the unlimited ways one way or the other, and we just say, hey, we put a circle on this motorway with some chalk or some paint, and we say, this is who I am, not knowing that who I am is the full motorway. But I'm not going to go out of this. The problem is that if we desire something, it is automatically out of this comfort zone. Because if it was in, we will not desire it anymore. It will be ours. Why? Because first, we will attract this. Second, because it's our vibration also, we will keep it. And third, we will not desire it anymore. So it is outside because we desire it. And because we desire it, we're not happy because we're lacking something. So we're seeking something that we want, but at the same time it is outside, so it's scary. Our comfort zone is not only this drawing on the floor, this paint on the floor, it is also our prison. And that's very, very important for us to understand. So it does not allow us to have what we desire in our life. And anyway, if we want to get this, we need first to expand our comfort zone, because we need to expand at least with the level of having this already. So if you want to be millionaire, you need to be able to cope with $1 million or €1 million or £1 million or $1 million whatever. You need to be able to cope with this. You need to be able to have this. And you're going to say, yeah, but of course I'm able to cope with this. Are you joking or not? No, you may not be. You may not be able to handle this amount of money. You may not be able to take the right decision. And it may be something that will, when you have it, will make you so nervous and so feeling judged by yourself. Maybe because of your beliefs again. Maybe because, hey, my family have always worked hard, and now I have $1 million coming from the sky for me. Who am I? Who am I versus them? Can I still relate to them? Am I not going to be the bad boy or the bad girl here? Did I break a family rule? You know, you can have all these questions, and that's what is going to generate this feeling inside you, and you're going to make the unwisest possible decision with your money until you lose it and come back to your comfort zone. It's happening over and over. It happened to some of my clients. It happened to me too. I'm not saying that I had $1 million before, but I had far enough money until I crossed this patch where I did not attract anything anymore. It is really important to understand this. It is important, and it is important, and I want to be a little bit here in your face here, because it is really that important. If you don't accept this, and if you don't accept to increase your comfort zone, to get it wider, especially if you have very, very strong desires, you are going to attract them sometimes, and you're going to lose them again. And that will be not something bad. It will be something very, very good, because that will be your trigger, your signal for you that you need to do it, and then do it. Because if you can attract this, you deserve this. If you attract it once, it's because you fully deserve this. You were just not able at the time with the capacity that you have. So that's really the beautiful thing. So let's talk about comfort zone. And it can be seen by somebody, some people, as the zone or the range of temperature in which you are very, very comfortable. I'm going to use temperature here, just to get another analogy, just so that we understand what we're talking here. And suddenly we have this thing coming in our life, which make us jump another 10 or 15 degree Fahrenheit or Celsius, doesn't matter. And it is very hot. But our comfort zone, it is between our initial range of temperature. Having this thing in our life make us feel too warm, or too cold, or too whatever. It doesn't matter. So what will you do? What is the first thing you're going to do when you are in this environment? It is, of course, to go back to a temperature in which you're comfortable. That makes fully sense. But having your desire will automatically put you in another range. So here we have a conflict, a contradiction. So we can't be at two places at the same time and feeling good at the same time. So what we have to do is get used to have a warmer temperature. People are living in climates of 40, 50 degrees Celsius, and they are fine with this. Some people are living in temperatures that are below zero, and they're fine with this too. So why? There's no reason why we can't do this also. So we have to get used to this, and that's what we are doing, practicing when we are growing and expanding our comfort zone. We are just open to be more so that we can receive more. Another thing what will happen, as soon as you take the steps, and you know the step at some level, and believe me, if you're really brutally honest with yourself, you know that there is these 2 or 3 little things. This book that you bought and didn't read, this program that you bought and didn't use, this phone call that you have to make, this presentation that you promised yourself that you will do, this business plan that you said you will do, going out and learn some dancing. Whatever it is for you, you know it today. You know exactly what it is, the help that you seek. For me, the biggest thing that I had, what was blocking me in my own comfort zone, is that I was not feeling worthy enough to ask for help. I was feeling that everything I did was to be perfect. I did not go outside perfection. But of course, perfection doesn't exist. And perfection for me meant something. and perfection in the world means something else. But because I always needed to be perfect with whatever I was doing, I was not able to go out with my ideas, with my entrepreneurship. Some other people will be that they are scared of calling people. Some people will be that they're scared of starting a home business. Whatever it is, you know exactly what it is already, because it is in your way currently to expand. And if you don't see it right away, maybe that will be a very wise move to contact a coach or a mentor to help you to identify what it is. Because once you have done this, that's what we're going to talk after. It is a step that you need to take. But once we identify what it is, then at least you know what to do. So it is very, very important to really look at your life now and look at what is the next step I need to do. You can ask yourself the question, but usually it's something that has been bothering you over and over and over, and you did not have done this. You have not done this yet. I'm getting excited sometimes, and this is what's happening. So that's when life becomes enjoyable, honestly. It's when you know what it is that you have to do in order to expand your comfort zone. Expanding your comfort zone is, as I said before, not something easy. It is something very conscious. Your unconscious mind is going to battle it step by step. Believe me, it's going to do this. Let's take another picture of what it is. For some people, expanding our comfort zone is like being on the ledge of a bridge. You know, when you're going to do bungee jumping. And I don't know if you have ever done this. Bungee jumping is something that starts with you look in the complete void. There's nothing around you, or you have the river on the bottom of the bridge, and it's so far away that you just wonder how a big crater you're going to do when you land. That's really what's happening. And you're attached behind you by a professional. So you know you are safe, because this guy knows exactly what he's doing. There'll probably be 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people that have done this with him, and they all enjoy the experience. But that's not another 100,000 here. Here we're talking about us. So we are on the ledge of this thing, of this bridge. One portion of an inch forward, and we are in the void. That's what it takes to expand our comfort zone. Because once we start jumping, we start to have all the exhilaration of the jump. We start to have all the excitement. We start to have all the pride. We enjoy every sense of what we're doing. But we have to make this small, tiny, little move outside to do it. And that's very, very difficult. Before we do it, there is so much happening in our mind. Part of us is saying, don't do it. And what if the bungee will break? And what if it's not attached on the other side? What if your harness will break? What if you made a mistake? And what if your heart will stop? And what if... And we have a lot of questions like this that is coming. And then the other part will say, hey, just do it, and you're going to have the jump of your life. But it's not... It doesn't matter here. This is really what's happening. And just be able to survive this simple battle inside us is already complex. And that's what makes us feel bad. It's not the fact of jumping or not jumping. It's the fact of taking the decision, of doing it. And everything we're doing will have these both sides. Everything we're doing in life, everything that is going to put us out of our comfort zone is going to have the two sides. Every time I'm speaking in front of an audience, every time I'm doing this, I have, no matter how big it is, it can be 10 people, it can be 60 people, it can be 2,000 people. Every time I'm feeling the same jump, I am jumping. And I have to take a step. And every time I have before, 1 or 2 days before, these kind of things Part of me doesn't want to do it. No. And part of me is already excited of doing this and say, you are going to help all these people and you're going to talk, you're going to inspire them and they're going to love you. You love your voice and love what you have to say and you are going to see in their eyes the transformation and so on. So I have these two parts, but then there's another part say, you're going to make yourself a fool. You know what? What if you say something wrong? And what if somebody gets hurt? And what if they don't like you, and what if they don't understand you, and what if, and there are so many of them again. And it's the same for me, and the same also just to go on a date. You know, it doesn't matter how big it is, it doesn't matter what it is. When we have to make this jump, it is something very, very personal, and I do understand this. At the same time, it is only a fraction of a millimeter sometimes. And this fraction of a millimeter will decide whether we can manifest what we desire in our life, whether we can be who we really want to be, or whether we're going to get stuck. And when the thing manifests, we will not be able to cope with this. Isn't it funny that we were born with unlimited possibilities, and then suddenly we decide to put our own prison around us, and now we have to decide to jump out of this? That's a very, very big paradox of life. And unfortunately, that's a paradox we are all facing. Nearly all. All my clients are facing this. And that's one of the things I'm working the most. In fact, I introduced in the show this group that I'm organizing, this virtual group, from next week. And that's one of the topics I really, really want to go deep, very deep with people, because I know what it means. So let's say we are taking the jump. And then suddenly we arrive. We bungee jump, we had all these emotions, we are all happy. And what's happening then? We have done this, we have mastered new skills, we have faced our own fears, we have probably removed a many number of beliefs that now we can replace with new beliefs. But more than this, not only have we expanded now our comfort zone, not only have we expanded who we are, not only are we proud of who we are, not only we start to have more self-esteem for us, not only we start to love ourselves more, but we're also a more interesting person, no? Can you imagine telling your friends, telling your new date, telling your, and even a job interview, you know what, I did this bungee jumping and this is what I learned from? How cool this is. We are much more interesting. But more than this, there is something far more important than this. We are sending a message to the universe saying, hey, last time, thank you very much for bringing me what I desired. I was not able to do this, but now I understood the signs, and look, I am now taking the step, and I'm getting readier and readier than ever to have the life that I desire. I'm expanding my comfort zone. So I know this is a very, very dramatic example, okay? But I wanted to use this one because no matter what it is, sometimes I have clients, and I did the same myself too, and that's why I'm laughing a little bit here, where I say, okay, clarify your desires. Let's write on a piece of paper, let's say if it's a relationship, what is your ideal date? And 1 week passes. No, I didn't do this, I didn't have time to do this, blah, blah, blah. We have a lot of answers coming back. A second week passes, a third week. And then I just realized, okay, there is fear here in clarifying. The fact of doing this list, the fact of taking the time, is jumping out from this bridge. That's the two sides of this. That's exactly what's happening. And we just learned now on this show that every expansion has two sides. Every jump has two sides. The fear and the excitement. And no matter whether it is a big jump, whether it's something that is huge, whether, I don't know, maybe a move to another country without anything that we know anything about, that's huge, starting a new job as a new position, something we have never done before, meeting plenty of people and having the first meeting next week in Hong Kong, meeting people that we don't know of, many other multinationals. That's massive. Or whether it is huge just because we want to go and see and forgive our dad. That's massive too. Or maybe it is that we need to clarify our date, our list of characteristics of our date. That's massive too. Both have the same things, the fear. And what if I attract this date? And what if I am doing this list and I'm attracting nobody? And what if I'm doing this and I'm attracting the right person? Am I worthy enough? Can you see the fear behind this? And the excitement. Yes, I did it. I took this job, I went to this meeting with all these top notches of money banks, and I was great. Or I did it, and then suddenly now I have clarity to attract this person in my life. And I'm happy with this. It doesn't matter what it is. But every of these steps that you are ready to sabotage also are our step for expansion. And if we don't do this, then it will be very difficult to put in action the law of attraction for us. Not only are we sending the wrong message to the universe, saying, you know what, I'm not ready. You know what, I'm not ready to expand myself, so I'm not going to do this. But I still desire this, by the way. If you can send me this over, I will be very, very happy with this. But I won't be able to cope with it. So that's the message we are sending, and that's why some people are saying the law of attraction doesn't work. And we know that scientifically it does. We know that we have a lot of people around us that are using it. We know that we can use it, and we did it very, very well. And I'm saying that there is another component here, which is, are we able to receive it? Do we have the capacity? Or is this gift from the universe, which is our desire, coming to us, and, well, we don't know what to do with it? And then it's better to let it go. But then we know what happened. I'm not going to go back to this. So, because we are running out of time now, and I just wanted to finish with this. So, one of my friends on one of the calls that we have every morning, I am part of several communities, and I created my own now so that I can really help you. And I put it at a price point that is very, very affordable, because I want to help as many as you as possible. She told us that you can be at the airport, and you have, when you do the passport control or the security check, you have a line on the floor. Say, wait here. And this line, okay, can be also that you could be going on a trip on your own, not knowing where you're going really. You know the destination, but you have no idea of the language, of the food, who you're going to meet, who is going to be a friend, not your friend, how you're going to survive, how are you going to be able to do anything. So there is a sense of adventure, of exhilaration, of excitement. And at the same time, there is a sense of fear. And what if I don't find anything? What if people don't understand me? And what if I can't be able to eat? What if I will die over there? What if I'm getting sick? And so on and so on and so on. And at this line, we have this question. Will I cross it or not? Will I go in the excitement, or will I stay here because of my fears? Well, we have put ourselves for many years our own lines, and every time we need to cross them, we're asking ourselves the same question. Whether it's jumping from the bridge, when it's crossing the simple line. And if you want to do this as an exercise, just take a show, go in the street, put a line on the floor on the street and say, this is my comfort zone, and I'm going to step over, and you will see how easy it is. And then celebrate. And that's what we can do. And that's as easy that it could be, unless we make it difficult in our mind. So grow, people, grow, everybody. Expand your limits. If you are magnificent creators. You have the possibility to create whatever you want in your life. So take this step. Take this step. I'm taking it every single day because I want to be here to help you. But I can't be here to help you if I'm not the person that can help you. But you can do it too, and you will see your life thrive, and that will be the biggest gift you can give to you, to your families, to your children, and to the world. Thank you. You're listening to Design Your Dream Life. I am Bertrand Dory, and I'm welcoming you back to the show. So here is a time where we get one listener to be lucky enough to have his or her question being read. So today I have Kim. Kim sends this question. I think you're based in the US. Kim sends this question. How can I feel good and have high vibration about money if all I'm doing is spending it and having not enough in my bank account? Well, Kim, you're right. Money is one of these things that you are exposed to every single day. It is also the way that we measure our success, but also it is linked to everything, to our comfort, to our safety, to our joy, so the possibility to have trips and so on, to what we need to have, to also love to a certain extent. Because without money, you can't pay yourself a massage or pay yourself a trip or offer somebody something great. So it is true that viewed in this way, not having enough money is probably hitting some of the things that I just mentioned. So safety, pleasure, not being able to be you, not being able to do what you want, having the sense that you are held in a prison by money. Well, as long as you have this mindset, it will be very difficult to attract money, because your vibration will be at each time you're spending is to send something like, I don't have enough, I'm scared, I'm petrified now, money is just going out of my account. So every time you're thinking this, what will happen is that you're going to attract the conditions that will make this a reality. So one of the tips that I have here, because I think that everybody, especially people who like me or some of my friends, some of my colleagues who have done the same journey, when you are starting a new business, when you're going out and when you are doing this, there is a time where you don't have a lot of income for a while, because you need to become the person before be able to share what you know. And this can only happen after a time, and this can only happen after we experience what we needed to experience. But also the hunger that we have from the lack that we're perceiving is something that keeps us going. That's what's coming from Tony Robbins. So one way of doing this is tapping around money and tapping around scarcity and transforming the act of spending from the act of taking out of a bag and giving to somebody, but as an act of love and an act of joy. I am exchanging this energy against something else, and I'm giving it with love. That will start to make you feel good spending money. Now, to attract more money, you need to go into a place where you must not look at your bank account in a way that is going down, but you must look at this as a reflection of who you were and your vibration until now, and just focus on receiving money and understanding what it is that is stopping this to come to you. That's really important. And unless you understand what internal blocks are keeping you away from receiving the money, that will not help you to get more. So I would recommend that you get in touch with the coach, because I could say the standard thing that everybody says, which is, oh yeah, just go and say millions of affirmation a day, or just pretend that you have it, or just go in a shop, yeah, I can afford this, I can afford this, I can afford that. But you know very well, and you know, and I know, and everybody else listening to this show know very well that this will not work for everybody. It may work for some people, but usually it doesn't work, because as soon as we do this, we are lying to ourselves. And there is a mechanism inside us that say, hey, stop fooling yourself, this is not who you are. So we need to go, for your case, into the core of the problem. So currently the first thing is that you need to be at ease with money and shift your belief about that this is just something that you're taking from a bag into and giving to somebody, and make you feel good about this, and put some energy of love around this. This will bring you ease, and by bringing you ease, it will bring you more ease in your life. So at least at this stage, over a few time, you will be able to have far, far more ease, really, materially in your life. But now we're talking about abundance here. We're talking about you really feeling the way you want to feel, and that's what I read behind your question. And that will need a little bit more digging, because if there are some family vows about this, then we need to find them and work on them. If there are undeservedness, we need to find them. Or if there is regret, resentment, or grudges with some people, people of your past, that also may block money. But usually, typically, it is more about, I want to blend in. It is also, I am scared of becoming somebody else. And it is also, how will I relate to people around me if I have this money? And finally, it is also not deserving, not feeling that you love yourself. And that's an important one too, because if you're not loving yourself, you're sending to the universe, and everybody is going to create a life with you. Hey, look, I'm not deserving. I don't love myself. So please don't give me what I desire. So that's really, really important. But without more specific, I can't really answer more. But that's in a nutshell what I feel about you. And we will need to do a little bit more work to dig this. So contact me if you would like to do this. That's the kind of work for all the other listeners on the show that we are doing in my life, my exclusive life designer club. That's what we are going to work on. That's the kind of topics we're going to go deeper. And it doesn't matter if it's one session or 2 or 3 or 4. I don't care. What is important for me is to see people making the shift. And if we need to go deeper, because the group requires this, we will do this all together. Because I think it's so important. There are some specific aspects of human psychology, of mindset, of beliefs, of behavior, of addiction that we need to go over as a group. And that's what the group is. It's really to inspire you to take the action, inspire you to have awareness, inspire you to learn more, and also inspire you to be more. And so this group will be launched next week. And I will send emails, and I will launch it either on the Wednesday or the Thursday, so the 15th or the 16th or 14th and 15th. And it is open for everybody. I am sending, and I'm putting on my blog, a pre-registration page so that people who are interested can pre-register and can be informed of when this is going to happen. But this group is going to be the most powerful life transformation group in the world. And I guarantee you this. This group will be the most powerful life transformation group in the world. And whatever you will get out of this is the energy you will put into it. And I will make it as affordable as possible, because I want people who are currently struggling, who are currently stuck, who are currently feeling that they lived my life, to join and get the most out of this. So thank you very much. And just after this small break, we will wrap up this radio show, and it was a pleasure to help you, Kim, and thank you for your question, and a pleasure to help everybody else. And I'm inviting you to check this on designyourdreamlife.org to find more detail. Thank you. Thank you for listening to Design Your Dream Life. I hope in the last hour or so I inspire you to take the next steps and action in order to create the life of your dreams. My name is Bertrand Dory, and it has been a real pleasure. If you want to find more about myself, feel free to visit my website on www.designyourdreamlife.org. And to find more about the show, go on this website, radio.designyourdreamlife.org. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.